Good afternoon, everyone. Danielle here from Transcendence to the Truth. Today we're going to talk about one of the most beautiful tools, I think, to living in peace and finding that space of contentment within. But I'm going to wait for a couple of people to jump on. Let's remember to put a 1 if you're watching now and a 2 if you're watching the replay. And please remember, if you like what I have to share and you like the information that I have, to tag a friend, share on your page, and click follow first to see everything that I upload. Basically, hey Thor, thank you for watching. Finding peace in every moment. So we're in some challenging, turbulent times with energies, Mercury retrograde, planetary alignment, not to mention 2020 in itself has been a challenging year for a lot of people. There's been a lot of things pop up, a lot of challenges, a lot of unhealed wounds resurfacing, a lot of contrast. So contrast is something that I refer to when you're in space of alignment and then the contrast pops up and it puts you in this space of, okay, what's going on here? It's the ebb and flow of life, and it doesn't matter how enlightened you get, how conscious you get, you will always have some form of ebb and flow because we are continually growing as beings on this planet while we're here. And so the challenge when we're in alignment and when we're in flow and when we're in that vortex and we're in flow with universal energy and we're like a child, we're high-vibing, dancing, having fun, doing all of those things, and we're really just living life to the fullest, then we don't think about what it takes to put us into a space of peace because we're just in this high vibing energy and we're like, loving life, and you can't get enough, and it's like nothing could faze you. But when you're in a space of contrast and you've got things that are popping up and they're popping up there to trigger you, and you have a choice of how you respond to them. And before I had a high level of awareness, I would always resist and react, and that was something that I would get triggered into a situation, something would upset me, something would hurt my feelings, I would think something was unfair, there would be some sort of contrast, my car would break down, whatever it was, it would put me into this lower vibrational state, and I would then start thinking about it, and I would get upset by it, and I would loop on it in my mind, and I would it could put me in a state of anxiety. It could put me in a space of wanting to justify myself. It could put me in a space of wanting to fight my opinion. It could put me into a space of believing that I was right and someone else was wrong, where I don't actually believe that that's the case ever. I think that all conflict is a lack of perspective for each other. And I don't believe anyone does right and wrong. I think there is anti-conscious and conscious people and behaviors. But that's not a belief system that I run by anymore. So when you have these challenging things pop up, it's like, well, you can see this has upset me. Why has it upset me? Am I taking it on? Because most of the time we are the convenient target for people, Most of the time we are the reason and justification. People are upset for their lives or their mood, or something that has happened, or you want to have a reason and justification for what's happened to you. Whereas what you can choose to do is you can choose to let it go, and you can choose to surrender it, and you can choose not to be at the effect of it. You don't have to take stuff on energetically or vibrationally. You can choose to see it for what it is. You can choose to step back from the situation and look at the big picture of everything involved, and what is the lesson here? Is the lesson for you to have and find your own peace, and not to respond, and not to add fuel to the fire, or to go into a space of nothing ever works out for me, or this always happens, or it's never ending. Whatever it is that your thought process is it a time for that contrast to show, hey, that's a pretty outdated belief. Maybe I want to change that because I don't want to keep creating from that space. So I can see what my ego is creating for me. I'm going into a contracted energy of being angry or frustrated or helpless or resistance, basically any form of resistance. And it's, all right, I can see I'm resisting this, but I have an opportunity to completely let it go and surrender it. I don't have to be at the effect of it at all. And I can choose something different, and I can choose something greater. So what other possibilities do I have here? Other than the things that I've been programmed, or have been a pattern of behavior in my past that I've done, can I choose a different behavior? Can I choose a different action? Can I choose a different thought? And how am I going to move through that and feel it and behave differently? Because that's true awareness and true growth is looking at every single thing in your life. At every single moment you have an emotion. Every single time you have a thought or a limiting belief or a judgment, and it's going, okay, what is this? Do I want to keep, does this serve me now? Or is it time to let it go? Is it time to surrender it? Is it time to let it go? Do I even need to be effective at it? Does it require any energy? And if the answer is no, don't hold on to it. It's simple. See something different, ask for a different possibility, look for a different perspective, look for a different point of view, and move forward and change that. Because every single time we change the old thought in our mind, we fire a new neuro pathway. Synapses, I think. And it creates a different way of thinking moving forward, which creates more awareness and more consciousness. And it helps you to truly be able to have that peace within. Because if you're not holding on to those things and you can see the lightness of the situation or the lesson, then that's what creates peace within. I love you all. Have an absolutely beautiful day, and we'll talk soon.